Verizon last night giving further details into those results from the FCC's C-band auction of spectrum at its investor meeting, revealing it spent a total of $53 billion for those spectrum licenses. Joining us now, first on CNBC, is Hans Vestberg, the chairman and CEO of Verizon. Hans, great to have you. You said in your opening remarks last evening, as you entered into your investor day, so to speak, that it was one of the most significant days in the history of Verizon, in the 20 years since the modern-day Verizon was created. Why is that?
Now, for several reasons. I mean, of course, we have had some really big moments in Verizon. Of course, the formation 20 years ago. I think also when we bought out Vodafone for some 5-6 years ago. And I think this is another of those moments where we are extending our leadership and just pulling away. And of course, adding this spectrum, the C-band spectrum, to our overall strategy and to our millimeter wave. Of course, we're going to delight our customers. And that's why we also talked about that we can accelerate our growth, we can accelerate our business cases, and we can amplify our business cases. So it's a huge day for our company and for our shareholders.
Yeah, well, you talk about amplifying your growth, and you did give some targets that do show revenue guidance accelerating. I think 2% this year, and then 3%, and then 2%, but then to 4%. Give me some details on how you get there, Hans. Is it adding more subscribers, or is it really bringing more people up to basically paying you more for your premium 5G service?
David, you know, we have talked about this for a long time, you know. We have the network as a service in the bottom where we basically are orchestrating service for all our customers. And we have several vectors of growth. I mean, one is, of course, the 5G adoption, both the fixed wireless access now for the 5G home, but also 5G mobility. But then we have the network monetization where we work with our MVNO partners. And then we have the enterprise business that now is also benefiting from the C-band when we do the mobile edge compute that we have talked about before. And finally, we have this mix and match that we have done before with our partnership with Disney+, with Apple, with the best brands in the market. And finally, we're targeting new markets. I mean, some of them we already have with the Visible brand, and we have this pending acquisition of TracFone for the prepaid market. So all in all, we have now some 5 vectors of growth, and all are in play with this acquisition of the C-band.
I see. But, you know, I just wonder, is there a way to understand how much of the 3 or 4% growth you're talking about coming pretty soon is new services, you know, wireless home broadband or self-driving cars, as opposed to just the continued, getting more revenue out of a mature wireless market?
I think we get from the base, first of all, we compete very effectively in the base, and we talked about in the fourth quarter how more and more customers are taking unlimited and unlimited premium. But then, of course, it's new markets. The fixed wireless market, we can now play broadband nationwide, and that's why we also increased our targets for household passed, and we're going to have 15 million this year, and 2023 we're going to have 30 million, and then up to 50 million households sort of penetrated with our footprint. So that's a new market. And then the 5G mobile edge compute, which is basically bringing the cloud to the edge of the network. It's also a new market. We are actually defining the market because we're the only one offering that service. All of that are helping our plus 3% growth that we're going to have the years to come. And we feel really good about it. We feel good about the strategy we've had for a couple of years right now. And this is just amplifying and accelerating everything we have. And that's what we're conveying to our shareholders.
Yeah, well, you're going to need to pay all that interest on those bonds that you're offering. Apparently, a lot of people want to own them, of course, to pay for much of this.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.